Welcome to another episode of Mexican in the Kitchen. Today I have a very simple preparation, very few ingredients, very few steps. I have these habanero chilies. I just cut the stem off. I'm using about 5 medium-sized habaneros. I'm also using 4 garlic cloves. I'm not gonna peel them. And I'm gonna use either half a big onion or 1 small-sized onion. I'm gonna use a small pot because I want the oil to cover as much of the ingredients as possible. But if you do it on a pan, it's the exact same procedure. You probably have to be just a bit more careful or use more oil. I'm gonna start throwing the garlic and then the onion. My pot is on a medium fire. It's on a 3 out of 6. And I'm putting this on a low setting because I don't want the oil to burn. And I want to be able to keep an eye on my ingredients, make sure they don't burn. We'll be keeping an eye on our ingredients, and I'm gonna turn the onions around and move things around from time to time just to make sure they don't burn. I've been moving my onions and my garlic for a few minutes. I've been moving them around, turning them, and I noticed the onion has this see-through color and it's starting to get a bit golden. I don't want it to get burned because onion can get a bit bitter. So I'm gonna take it and reserve it on a bowl. After I removed the onion, I think there's enough space for my chilies. And I notice there's not much oil, or the level could be better, so I'm just gonna add a bit more just to make the cooking easier. And I'm gonna repeat the same procedure of just moving around my garlics and my habanero chilies. I could have waited for the garlics to be ready, but it doesn't affect, and I can just save some time. Again, a few minutes have gone by, and you can see the color of the garlic. Under the skin is starting to open. You can see this golden brown color, really nice. If you press them a bit, you'll notice they're really soft. So that's the point where we want to take them out so they don't burn. We don't want any charred skin or garlic. So we'll just take them out. I'm gonna put it into the same bowl with the onion, and I'm gonna wait for them to cool down a bit. Once again, I've been moving the chilies around. I'm waiting for them to cook. They're getting this brown, a bit charred color. They're really soft. They're starting to smell really nice. And this is exactly the point where I'm also gonna take these out, and I'm gonna put them on the same bowl with my garlic and onion, and we're gonna wait for them to cool down. I have a bowl here with all my ingredients and also the oil I used to cook them. I have waited for these to cool down, and I'm gonna use this small blender. You can use a normal blender. You could use an immersion blender, you could use a food processor, you can use a mortar, and it's also quite nice. You can just chop everything down and into very small pieces many times without the oil, and then add them to the oil. But of course, this is the easiest way. At this point, add as much salt as you want. I usually add a pinch, and then we can proceed to blend or mix. So I'm gonna take it to the blender, and this time I'm gonna blend the whole thing and give it a couple minutes. It depends on how powerful your blender is, but I think it's better if you blend it as good as possible. This is the final result, and it's ready to put it on the table and just have it with whatever you want. It might not look like the best sauce, but believe me, it's definitely worth it. It's really flavorful, really tasty. This is how I make habanero sauce, and I'm having it now with a quesadilla, but you can basically have it with whatever kind of meal you want. You can have it with some rice, with some pasta, with some whatever kind of meat you want. With a steak, it goes really nicely. Especially if you're having seafood, this goes really well. I like to use this sauce especially if you're having a sandwich. Just spread a bit on the bread It's very oily, so you will get the sauce to soak into the bread. It's really nice. I love it. It might be a bit spicy, so be careful when you try it. Be careful when you're using the chilies when you're cooking. Make sure to wash your hands. It's a rookie mistake to make some sauce, not wash your hands, touch your face or something. And just try it. I mean, it goes well with everything. You can have it on the table, just have a bit on whatever you're having. It will last quite a while because it's very oily. So like the video, subscribe, try at home, comment, write any questions you have, and see you in the next one.